Hello there, learners! Welcome back again to my channel. And it's another day, another interesting topic that we are going to discuss about your research and how we can help you work on your research. So, let's begin. Don't you know where to start on your research? So this blog is about identifying research gap. The first step of conducting a study is identifying a previous unexplored area of research. Choosing an untapped area in your research field will improve your chances of getting a thumbs up from your panelist. The big question is how to decide which research problem should you study. Some researchers have clear ideas about the research problem they want to pursue. However, researchers, particularly those who are at an early stage, find themselves in a crossroad knowing that they have zero ideas and they're just starting. So the best way to do this is to identify a gap in the existing research in the field of specialization you belong. And that's what we call finding research gap. This vlog will present some tips to help you identify a knowledge gap or an unexplored area in which you can base your research. Let us begin with understanding what is a research gap, or what does research gap means. When you read papers or books on topics of your interest, you may realize there are some areas that have significant scope for more research, but they have not been tapped by other researchers. In other words, no one has picked up or worked on these ideas. A research gap or a literature gap refers to the unexplored or underexplored areas that have scope for further research. And why is it important to identify a unique research gap? Assume that you have completed your research work and published the findings only to find out that another researcher has already published something similar. How devastating would that be, right? Therefore, it is necessary to find out those problems in your research field which have not been addressed before. Challenges you may face while identifying research gaps are as follows. Finding gaps and coming up with original and innovative topics can be tricky for more than one reason. Here's a list. I trimmed this down. I summarized it up. So here are the list of challenges that you might face while identifying research gap in your chosen area of study. 1. Effort of dealing with an enormous amount of information. Google will feed you a lot of information. There could be a lot of unanswered questions in an area of your interest, so you might get overwhelmed with the number of research gaps you stumble upon and feel confused about which one should you focus on. Second, difficulty of searching in an organized manner. Some researchers may find it difficult to organize the information they have gathered. One can easily lose ideas if they are not noted and organized properly. Third, hesitation in questioning established norms. A feeling of afraid of going out or coming out of the box. Some researchers are not confident enough to challenge the existing knowledge in their field of specialization and may hesitate to question what others have claimed in their work. How to identify gap in that literature that you're working on. You may wonder what would be the best way to come up with some innovative research questions. Though there is no well-defined process to find gap in existing knowledge, your curiosity, your creativity, and that imagination and judgment that you have can help you identify it. And here are tips that I can give to identify research gap. First, look for inspiration in published literature. Read books and articles on the topics that you like the most. Look for them also on the website. This will not only help you understand the depth of work done by researchers in your field, but also provide an opportunity to ask questions that can lead you to a research gap. Don Davis, professor of economics at Columbia University, says, "Read what is being written on your field. Recognize the contribution that have come in the prior literature, but do not be awed by it. Question everything. You can ask yourself questions like, for example, what is the significance of this research to my course, to my field of specialization, or the broader field, or even to the community? How can this article help me formulate my research question? Does the author argument require more clarification? What issues or questions has the author not addressed? Is there a different perspective that I can consider? What other factors could have influenced on this result, on that study that you're reading? Are the methods or procedures used outdated or no longer considered valid in your field? Is there a scope for you to test the findings using a more current approach? While reading research articles, you can focus on the introduction section where the authors explain the importance of the research topic and the gaps they have identified and attempted to fill through their work or through their research. Also, look at the direction or suggestions or further research that the authors have made us that could be highly inspiring. Read meta-analysis, and the meaning of meta-analysis is here, and review paper to learn more about the developments and trends in research over the years in the area of specialization. This will help you get acquainted with problems that have been researched upon in the past, as well as trending queries on those topics that you might find interesting. Another, use digital tools to seek out popular topics or most cited research paper. To familiarize yourself with the trending queries in your field, you can use the digital tools as they can save time and help cast a wider net in your search for research gap. Websites like Essential Science Indicator that identify the most cited papers in a field along with the emerging branches, influential contributions, publication, and countries in that field can immensely useful to know which topic are considered important. You can also use Google Trends. I'm using that one. To learn more about the popular questions related to your research area, this will ease your search for an untapped area on your research field. And this, popping up on the screen, can also be of help to you. Third, check the website of influential journals. The website of prominent journals often have a section called Key Analysis, where experts in an area highlight the central ideas in that field. Reading through this section can help you gain a lot of insights and generate new ideas as well. Moreover, you should also look through reference section of this paper as it can lead you to important resources on the topic. Fifth, make a note of your queries. It is a good practice to note all those questions that cross your mind while you were reading on these published papers or articles or research output of others. If possible, you should map the question to the resource it is based on. Keep track of what the authors told you and the question that occurs to you whenever you read anything in articles, ebooks, a chapter of a book, a research output of others, or a dissertation. An advice from Nadine Anderson, of Behavioral Science and Women's and Gender Studies librarian at the University of Michigan. She said that this will also help in ensuring that there is no unintended plagiarism in your research paper. You can use tables, charts, pictures, or tools to maintain a record in your study. This can help you in the long run when you are developing your ideas into a research problem, or even when writing now your manuscript. Research each question. Questions that you build up along the way while you're reading, or questions that you come across with other research output. Once you have a list of questions that could be explored, you must conduct a thorough research on each one of them. What does that mean? Read more about each doubt or query that you have. Find out if other researchers have had similar questions and whether they have found answers to them. This will help you avoid duplication of works. Your research project is something that you will invest a lot of time, so make sure it is something that arouses your interest and, of course, your passion. While you finalize an unprecedented research idea, make sure you consider the time frame available to complete the project, as well as other important aspects such as availability of funds, tools, and equipments that you have. An over-ambitious project may be difficult to accomplish due to time and resources restraints, while research that makes it insufficient contribution may fail to get an approval from your panelists. Since there is no specific method to pick out exceptional or interesting research problem, you can use the tips presented on this vlog and figure out what works best for you. Keep reading, and asking questions until you find the extraordinary problem you've been looking for. Good luck with your research and enjoy learning.